Suey.
Tell me, it was a Michigan gold shirt I wore.
That's exactly what it was.
I got some power, man.
I noticed that. I told you that when we were stepping outside, man.
Get out of here before the sun comes back. Thank you, Florida. Thank you, Michigan. There they go, Maurice.
So much of the game. Game over.
You know, and I told mine for 10 seconds yesterday, and you're all like a cheese.
Real cheap stuff. Like Kmart and stuff.
Like Rodney Dangerfield cheese. That was really good stuff. Hey, by the way, thank you. I meant to thank you for playing all those clips. That was
That was your idea. You're the one that brought it up. It's just like we just.
I brought up George Gobel, and then we got into that.
Yeah, no, it was.
Both of them. Just, yeah.
That's the next thing I know, because that was really crazy.
Yes, 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 and yes.
It's good stuff.
Dude, I mean, last night, remember I told you I done this 2 days ago? Just to stick in my brain with my word 14 hours. If we get out here at 7.
Sometimes I do boring videos.
See what happens when you come into town, good stuff happens.
Hi
Good stuff happens
there.
when she shows
What
up.
good stuff? What good stuff? Cause the game's over.
Yeah, you missed all the fun the last
No.
few days.
I was having fun.
Oh,
I just didn't
okay.
have y'all fun.
You missed this particular fun.
It was fun.
Having fun. Because I know you probably have fun wherever you.
Absolutely. But my son graduated
Where?
from middle school.
You're right. Go ahead.
Where?
He's going to in Indy.
Yeah. You good. All right.
I
Yeah.
couldn't remember where you were from.
Yeah.
No.
So he graduated, and then he was in a tournament yesterday, so that's why I didn't come down till today.
How many are we?
I'm sharing. I'm
Miking it with you.
Can you give me 5 waters?
5,
It's gonna be 5 total. 4 players.
including Maurice?
No,
I'll
6
use
total.
handheld.
Maurice doesn't count.
Yeah, he does. At least his mom.
See, we're gonna have to get up a good eat.
I go for this check. Right, this check? Yeah. That's how I know.
I would consider.
Yeah, you
Well, you're gonna have to go back.
I want to see it. That was
Well,
I just tried to y'all do it.
raise your hands. We'll have them raise their hands and then we'll just, the way that works best is to wait until the person who has.
You want some, you can get one of these young gentlemen from Michigan.
That
First
way it's
question.
And did y'all do an alternation?
we tried to,
Okay.
primarily we tried to do it.
He said it's already on, so
Oh, yeah.
it's ready to go.
And
You
so,
got first crack at it.
I know you do. That's all we got first name.
Alright, Romain,
Yeah.
I want you to give him the mic right now.
You said what?
That's my
You can give him the mic.
That ain't gonna happen.
Yeah, put the mic.
You can ask the first question.
Okay, I'm gonna be on this side, so we try to work the side, cool.
It's not near as bad when it's only one game, yeah.
So Brian, is that your malt box or is it?
Just hold it down.
So they'll just sit on here.
Yeah, just hold it down. Right, when you hold it down, because it's hot, so just hold it down until Coach gets back on.
She just redid that.
They'll leave the mic up there and they're not gonna talk loud because they're not gonna move the mic.
They're not gonna move it?
No, they won't move it.
I had it that way at first.
Yeah.
I had it that way at first, and then I was like, put the water first.
No, they're not gonna.
Now, we
They'll
always
leave it.
we always see you last round because he was not talking. I couldn't even hear him.
That's, he go in and out, but, he control the volume.
Ready to provide but I have to take it. So somebody comes in.
Are you ready? Let's see. I'm a band. Need a question. I want to. This is so.
Good afternoon. Same rules apply. I think everyone knows, so we'll get started. At this time, we have Michigan head coach Carol Hutchins, student athlete Sierra Lawrence, student athlete Sierra Romero, student athlete Lindsay Montemorero, and student athlete Haley Wagner. Coach, we'll open up with general comments about the game, and then we'll toss it out for questions.
Well, first, you have to congratulate LSU on a great season. You know, we watched them play all year. We watch a lot of softball, and they're just such a great team. They've come so far under Beth Turina, her staff. So certainly want to congratulate them and their seniors. But I have to give credit to, of course, the kids sitting up here and all the kids in that dugout. I just thought, I told them before the game, it doesn't matter who's talented and it doesn't matter who's ranked. It only matters who has heart and who has soul. And we've had it all year. And we showed it again today. We just do what we do. Whether we're ahead or behind, we just keep playing in our moment. And I thought I just had an outstanding effort against a very tough team in a very tough tournament. So I could not be prouder to be their coach. And we're going to play in the championship series. That's a great achievement. We're very excited about it. But as I said, you know, we came here to win it. We're coming here to win it. And we have a very, very, very tough opponent.
All right, questions?
Kevin Santo, Michigan Daily. Sierra. Kevin Santo, Michigan Daily. Sierra, with so much on the line in that last at bat, how are you able to stay composed and get the job done up there?
Just being one pitch focus and believing in myself and knowing that if I didn't get it done, someone behind me was going to get it done.
Steve Kornacki, MGoBlue.com. Sierra, when you saw it go down the line and you knew that you're going to score at least one run, hopefully two, you run into first base. Just talk about the emotions that you're feeling at that time.
I don't really know that I saw it right on the line. I was just running, and as soon as I got to second, just wanted to look at my team and sprinkle the cheese.
And you hit well all year long, but lately you hadn't come up with as many big hits as you had been coming up with. Talk about the importance of that hit today for you.
Well, I only had one at bat in that game, and that was my last at bat. I don't remember that one.
Very good.
Ted James, Michigan Daily. Coach, we saw the team standing out in a circle after the win. What was said in that meeting?
Just tell them I'm proud of them. Their effort is what we've done all year, and that's all we need to do. That's all we need to do tomorrow. We just need to do what we do. That's good enough.
Chris Crowder, Michigan Daily. Haley, Hutch was talking about the heart and soul. How do you think the heart and soul of yourself has benefited you in the circle and in the dugout this whole weekend and today?
My heart and soul is everybody's heart and soul. So we play as a team, we win as a team, we lose as a team, and we go out there and we play every single pitch together. So my heart and soul comes from everybody else around me.
Oh, sorry, Angelique Shingelis, Detroit News. Hutch, I asked you this question the other night with Betts and with the change to Wagner. Well, what happened there? And can you talk about the performances she's had these last two games?
I'll tell you what, I think it speaks for itself. She's come in and she's energized us. She wants the ball, she's attacking the hitters, and she's giving us the confidence that we need on the mound. And that's what the pitcher's job is to do. Set that tone that we can win this game, and I'm gonna do my part. She's just been outstanding. Her leadership on the mound has been fantastic. And you know, we have such a great 1-2 punch. She's just come in and with that left jab has been fantastic.
Have you seen anything consistent with Betts these last two games? In terms of, you know, why she struggled a little bit.
I told Megan needs to not focus on the opponent. She needs to stay focused on us because we're the only people on the field that matter. She just needs to throw her pitches, and I think she might be a little bit focused on the opponents as we're facing some pretty darn good opponents. But that's what makes it all sweeter. But Haley's done a great job of staying in her moment.
Steve Kornacki, MGoBlue.com. Carol, if you could share with us before Haley went out to throw the seventh inning, what you told her, and also characterize her style, her pitching style.
I think I told her if you're as excited to go out on that mound as you have been every inning, that would be good enough. That's all we want. We want somebody that wants to go out there and have the seventh inning. Not afraid of the what ifs that can happen, you know. And she went out there, she was excited to have it. She might have been a little overamped for that first batter, I'm guessing. But her style, she's Haley Wagner. She's been our workhorse for us for 4 years. She's had her opportunity to play in the World Series, and I'd say she's done pretty well so far.
Michael Kenny, Norman Trashka. For all the players, just talk about first of all, how excited you are just to be playing for the championship tomorrow, and then what do you expect to see from the defending champion, Florida Gators?
Haley.
I mean, we're as excited as we could be, but I think the toughest thing is it's going to be a really, really tough game, and we have to go out there and attack. Florida's a great hitting team, a great defensive team, and they have everything for them. And we just have to come out and attack and play with our heart and soul because we're just as good.
Lindsay?
I don't know if it's completely hit me yet, but we came here not to just compete. All year we had a goal, and our goal wasn't to just make it to Oklahoma City, but it was to win the championship game. And Florida's a great team. We've played them this year, and we've had great battle with them, but we can't focus on them. We just have to keep focusing on us, and we'd be okay if we just keep focusing on us.
Sierra?
I don't think it's hit me yet either. You know, Florida's a great team, and it's going to be a good game, and I'm looking forward to it.
Sierra Lawrence?
I'm just gonna treat that game like I've treated all the rest of the games this season, and I'm pretty excited for it. And I expect Florida to play a good game, just like we'll play a good game.
Kevin Santo, Michigan Daily. This can really apply to the whole team. This is the first time in a while you've struggled to put up a lot of runs early. Was there anything that Hoover was doing that was throwing you guys off at the plate?
Sierra Lawrence?
Oh, she's a good pitcher.
Sierra?
Kind of like CeeLo said, she's a good pitcher, and I think we were just trying to do too much. Like Hutch said, we were playing the opponent for a little bit, and then finally, once we settled down and focused on ourselves, you know, we were able to play Michigan softball.
Lindsay?
Yeah, like they said, she's a really good pitcher, and sometimes we get too overamped and we want to do too much. And once we just think about getting one base, because it's all about bases, once we think about that, we normally can string together a few hits and get some runs.
Haley?
I mean, they basically said it, but I think that LSU has a great pitching staff, and they just came out attacking, and I mean, that's what they're going to do. Everybody in the World Series, they're good, and they're going to fight and attack, and we just have to go after them.
For Sierra Romero, if you could talk about your home run and also the run that you helped steal there in the sixth inning.
The home run. I was just trying to get on base. I was just trying to hit the ball hard. If I'm going to get out, I at least want to be a hard out. And I just saw the ball and I hit it, and it just so happened to go out. The rundown, I was ready to have some fun with CeeLo. I know how she runs, I know how I run, so I knew that was supposed to be really interesting. You know, it's something we work on in practice, and it was definitely something I trusted CeeLo with, and she did what she did, and we got the run.
Tyler Scott, Michigan Daily. Coach, after coming from behind twice to tie up LSU and being deadlocked for a few innings, how were you guys able to fight through that and come up with the runs in the sixth that have been hard to get for you all day long?
You know, we're in the World Series. Runs are hard to get. You know, we're facing great pitching. They have the deepest staff, and Florida has a pretty deep staff as well. And we were just fighting all game. And the first time through when we see a pitcher that we haven't seen, you expect the pitcher to have an edge. And the second time through, now our hitters have at least a little more information to work with, and they've seen her, and they made her throw some pitches. So, again, we don't care if we're behind or we're ahead. We just focus on what we're doing at the moment, and the game doesn't know if we're behind or ahead. The game just knows if you hit the ball hard.
Follow up with that real quick. You guys have seen Florida before. Does that take away from it the edge that their staff might have otherwise?
At this time of the year, I don't think so. I think they're playing outstanding ball, and honestly, I watched them the first night we got here, and I think they look like the Yankees. I'll let you know later.
For Lindsay and Haley over there, I'm kind of wondering what you take away from playing for Hutch, whether that's on the softball field or
They can't say that.
off the softball field.
Lindsay?
Well, do you want to hear my true feelings, or no? I'm totally kidding. Hutch is a great leader. She's super inspirational, and she knows how to push you to be your best. And even though sometimes it might be tough to hear, she knows what she's doing. And having someone like her believe in you, it gives, at least me, it gives me a ton of confidence. And just having her there, believing in all of us, believing in me, her wise words. I mean, she's been there. She was a great athlete, and just putting your trust in her, it allows you to become great. So, I mean, it's a privilege to play for her.
Haley?
It's an extremely tough question because there's so much to say about her. But, I mean, Hutch is amazing. On the field or off the field, she's always there for you. She's such a great leader. She's so smart. She's been here so many times, and we've had our fair share of up and downs, that's for sure. But in the end, I know she wants me to be the better person on and off the field, and she keeps pushing me to my limits, and I just keep going. And she's the reason why I'll leave Michigan a better person and player.
I'll be in your doghouse any day of the week, Hutch.
That's good, because you usually are.
Any other questions at this time?
Pete LaFleur, College Softball 360. Coach, a quick question about the format. One cool thing about the way it's structured, you play a regional, you play a super regional, then you kind of just played a regional here, but you crossed over, and now you play a three-game series like you did in the super regionals. That, the NCAA likes it like that because it preps you. And back in the day, you just had one championship game. If you can just talk about how ideally the best team's going to be the champion, win out 2 out of 3, and what do you think of the format?
Well, the format, we played the first one ever. And I remember thinking, that the rest of the country was finally catching up with some of the power softball areas, and now we were going to have to beat them more than once. And then we did, so I thought it was pretty good. It's a fantastic series, and you want the best team to win. And it's not really about if you're the best team, it's if you play the best. And to play a team more than once, I can tell you right now, it makes it tougher than ever. It's tough. Super Regionals have made this game so hard. It's made it so hard to get to the College World Series because it's tough to beat a team of this caliber. There's so many teams are so great. It's tough to beat them twice. It makes it great. It's great TV. It's great softball. It's made us all better. It's made everybody better.
Jason Kersey from the Oklahoman. For Sierra Romero, on that fielder's choice there in the 7th inning, was she trying to trip you?
I mean, that's what it looked like, but I respect her for it. You gotta do what you gotta do for your team. I probably would have did the same thing. It's part of the game, in the heat of the moment. It happens.
We have time for one more question.
Hutch, I'm just curious, a lot of coaches don't let their players talk about the confidence level that this group has talked about and the desire to win a national championship and how they feel like it's a legitimate chance. Why is this team so confident? Why are you feeling like it's okay to talk about it and the swagger that they have and this confidence level is something different to hear from them?
Well, I think I really believe that if you set a goal, you have to own it. If you can't say it out loud, you don't own it. And it's not whether or not we win the championship, it's whether or not we go for it.
All right. Michigan will play Florida tomorrow at 7 p.m. Florida will be the home team in game 1. Thank you.
Let's stick it on for a few days. Thank you.
So the answer is yes, but not the opportunity.
No, I was like, you gonna turn on please.
What happened at the beginning? Did she not put the mic on?
No, you talking about the first guy?
Yeah, he
was
didn't
talking.
wait for the mic.
But he didn't know he had to wait. We told him it was already on. Because we thought it was already on.
Well, it was.
Yeah, he was talking in it. I don't know what happened. I couldn't hear him either. That's why we just had him to repeat his question. We don't know. It wasn't on like it's not on right now.
What?
A lot of times I'm getting
another one?
Yeah.
I mean, that was like quadruple.
I got one here.
Yeah, I put all the extras in the game box.
You need one, just one?
Just one.
I like texted, we like have a group text where we're all gonna get together and go out to dinner in Norman. I told Carl, I was like, we get to do something, so let's go home and go to bed.
Before three.
Yeah, right.
So, have a normal dinner, we have a couple of drinks, and be home
Have
by
a,
like
have a
10.
beer.
You get to see our fine city.
Yeah, all the people
Not
that are
stroll in
here.
at
actually,
1:45.
Yeah, just collapse into bed and cry for a while, fall asleep.
My best showing?
Yes. Like you fell asleep and then just opened your eyes. That was how, that was how I felt too. My alarm went off, just sleeping on.
But when I was in the studio.
I think after this, I'm going on a coffee fast because I thought so much of last week. It's not really affecting me anymore. Like it doesn't do anything, so no coffee for a month.
Five, 70 corner outfield. Yeah.
Mode, I got bedtime.
Oh.
And it's almost that time.
No, I'm talking about down here.
We get to get out of here as decent.
Yeah, why? Because it's like why the club.
Anything but that.
Okay. At this time, we have LSU head coach Tarina, student athlete Bailey Landry, and student athlete Carly Hoover. Coach, general comments about the game, and then we'll toss it out for questions.
Congratulations to Michigan. What a great program. I think, they're such a class act, and I think that they are going to have a great championship series. I think both Florida and Michigan are two great teams. I think it's going to be exciting for the whole softball world to see a series between two really quality teams. We wish them both the best of luck. As far as my team goes, this was a historic season. I hope none of my players are hanging their heads today. I think the sadness is not necessarily the way it ended or how it ended, but the fact that it had to end because it was so incredibly enjoyable. And as their coach, I enjoyed every single minute with them this year. I enjoyed watching them make history. I enjoyed being with them off the field as well as on the field. It was just, they made me proud to be their coach. So I think that they should walk out of here with their heads held high, history, and had truly a historic season for LSU.
Questions?
Jacques Doucet, WAFB TV coach. A lot of fans are going to point to one ball. Was it foul? Was it fair? And that's kind of the lightning rod right now for them.
Well, we definitely didn't get any breaks in the sixth inning, whether the ball was fair or foul. But I mean, they hit a couple flares that fell in. Just the ball seemed to fall right for them. I don't think one play changes the season or changes anything. But I definitely don't think that we got any breaks right there. We also didn't create any breaks for ourselves, and we didn't do a very good job of scoring off of Haley Wagner once she came in the game. So there were definitely things we could have done. And, you know, I think this team will learn and this team will rebound, and I think this team will, you know, hopefully end up in a spot similar to this next season.
Just to follow up, what did she do very well that made her so hard to hit after she came in?
Haley Wagner.
Yeah, Haley Wagner.
Well, she throws really good speed. She's left-handed. I think, you know, she throws a curveball she was able to get in on our righties, and then it broke pretty hard away from our lefties. So, you know, she's really talented. She's an All-American. She earned that title. She's been there and she's done that. I think she's a great pitcher. She threw with great velocity today, and she was just tough.
Morgan Pruitt, Daily Reveille. Carly, as a freshman to get here and have this experience, what do you think you can bring to next season because you've had this experience?
This experience has been really cool, but my goal wasn't to get here. My goal and our goal was to win it, and obviously we fell short. I think I learned a lot being here. It's a really big stage, and it was a whole lot of fun. And I've always wanted the ball in every big situation we've had all season, and Coach knows that. I'll even tell her if I really, really, really want it. And I wanted it today, and I just didn't get the job done, which sucks. And it sucks that it had to happen twice. But I think we're set up to have a really good season next year.
Jack Woods, Daily Reveille. I guess this is for everybody up there. Returning 5 All-Americans next year, and really you only lose AJ out of the starting lineup. You lose Kaylee and Dylan too, but you just have so much of the team back next season. So I guess how excited and how much are you looking forward to next year now?
Yeah, I'm really excited. The seniors' leadership, though, is something that is clearly irreplaceable. Dylan and Kaylee are both on the top step. They're at every single pitch, every single play of the game, and they're really helping everyone else, and mentally before they get in the box, while they're in the box, helping them pitch to pitch. So that's something that we're not going to have next year. Hopefully, those are some big shoes to fill, so we'll see who does that. But I'm really excited with the talent that we have on the field and everything else, and depth in the circle, depth in defense, depth on offense, and I hear we have some really great recruits coming in, so I'm excited.
I haven't really thought about next year too much, but what our seniors brought to the table is definitely irreplaceable. But we'll just focus on new strengths next year and take what we have.
Coach?
Yeah, I mean, I think says it all that I'm sitting here, and the 2 players you chose from the game that come today were as a freshman and a sophomore. I think, you know, that says it all. We had a ton of underclassmen in the game today, a ton of underclassmen that were contributors all season long. So, you know, having the core of your team playing in a game like this and being in this setting and being in this scenario, I think is huge. Going down the road, and of course my message to them was that there's no guarantees. You know, this was a special group. They had great chemistry, they had great leadership. There's no guarantees for the next season, but they definitely have all of the tools, talent, ability in order to put them back in this spot and continue to achieve even more than this.
Steve Kornacki, MGoBlue.com. Beth, could you address the 2 teams? You're familiar with Florida, obviously, and having played Michigan. What is it about those 2 teams that makes each of them tough to beat?
I think the 2 teams are great teams. I really do. I think they both have things going for them. They both have, you know, great offenses. They both are strong on the mound. They both play solid defense. I think, you know, Michigan is an extremely deep lineup, 1 through 9. I mean, there's not a moment where you get to catch your breath in that lineup. They are really deep 1 through 9. And then Florida kind of has the X factor with Lauren Hager, who's just been phenomenal in the postseason. And, you know, the second half of the season, she's just been on a mission. And they've been here before, and they know how to win it. So it's going to be a fun series, you know, for everybody to watch. And I have huge respect for both teams. I did graduate from the University of Florida, but I have a lot of respect for both teams.
Coach, some of the mistakes, the errors, can you talk about how that kind of hurt, and do you think this team hadn't been here before? Do you think maybe next year this kind of makes it maybe a little mentally tougher in the future for that?
Well, like I said, I don't think we got any breaks in that last inning, and, you know, a lot of that was created by ourselves, but I think they did some things to us there that we hadn't seen in a while. We had some things happen to us that, you know, we hadn't had people run in those situations. We hadn't seen an offense that deep. I think, you know, we need to be a little bit better prepared for situations like that. I think they caught us on our heels a couple times, but that's the whole idea of being in this tournament is you're going to see people that, you know, can pull out all the stops, can do a lot of different things. They have a really talented offense and have a lot of different weapons. So, you know, I think we've definitely got to get better at some things, but I thought my team played really well all season long.
We have time for one more question.
Me? Okay. Bailey, the 0-2 count, you were able to still hit one out there. Can you talk about that at bat and bringing those 2 runs in?
Well, the first 2 pitches I saw, I thought they were a little bit high and out, but he called them strikes. So I just knew going into the next pitch that if she's going to throw it high, that I had to get on top of the ball. And I had popped out one of my previous at bats, so I knew that I just had to get my hands above it and go with it.
Bailey, this follow up for you as well on that Pico Fleur College Softball 360. I loved some of the hits you had this series, that double the other day to the right center gap, and then the one today you went opposite field, kind of sliced it. Definitely quality, legit hits. If you could just talk about your approach and how you're, you know, using the whole field and not getting cheated up there, and how you approach those.
As a 2-hole, my position is just to do my job. So anytime I get in the box, I just know that whatever my team needs me to do, whether it's to bunt the ball, move the runner, get a hit in the gap, whatever, strike out gracefully, whatever my team needs is what I want to do. So that's just what I do when I get in the box. Just know that I have a job to do and get it done.
Carly, where will you play this summer to keep your game up at its high level? You know, women's majors used to be where all the college girls went, but that's kind of went by the boards. And so I'm interested in what girls who have a lot of talent keep up that level of preparation.
I'm sorry, I wish I had an answer for you, but I haven't even given it a thought yet. I've really just been focused on this season right here, and right now all I can really see is next year's national championship, but I haven't really thought about summer yet.
All right, Coach, student athletes, thank you for your time.
Well, since I've seen you play every summer since you were in high school, when am I gonna see Carly?
Okay.